700 million years ago, Earth looked like this, completely frozen, -50 degrees everywhere, ice over a kilometer thick, covering every ocean, every continent. Nothing could escape, nothing could survive, and it stayed frozen for 10 million years. This is Snowball Earth, and it almost ended life forever. Okay, so how do we know this? Because Earth kept receipts. Scientists find rocks called dropstones. These are boulders, carried by icebergs, then dropped into ocean mud. They find scratches in bedrock from glaciers dragging across stone. But here's the crazy part. They find these at the equator. The hottest part of Earth had glaciers, and not just one location. Every continent, every latitude, all from 700 million years ago. They also find something called cap carbonates, thick layers of limestone sitting directly on top of glacial deposits. This only forms when ice melts catastrophically fast and oceans become supersaturated with minerals. The chemistry of these rocks proves the oceans were frozen, cut off from atmosphere, for millions of years. So what caused this? 700 million years ago, Earth's continents were in the wrong position, most of them clustered near the equator. This created massive rainfall, rain hitting rocks, causing chemical weathering. And when rocks weather, they pull carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. CO2 is a greenhouse gas. Less CO2 means less heat trapped. So Earth started cooling. Ice formed at the poles, normal ice age stuff. But then something terrible happened. Ice is white. White reflects sunlight. Dark ocean absorbs heat. But ice reflects 90% of sunlight back into space. So the more ice you have, the colder it gets. The colder it gets, the more ice forms. This is called the ice-albedo feedback loop. And it's unstoppable. Ice spread from the poles, reached the mid-latitudes, and once it crossed a certain threshold, it didn't stop. Within probably a few thousand years, the entire planet froze. Every ocean frozen, every land mass buried, pole to equator, solid ice. Now imagine your life on Earth. You're underwater, under a kilometer of ice. Almost no sunlight can reach you, which means photosynthesis stops, which means the entire food chain collapses. 99% of life died. Average global temperature, -50 degrees Celsius. That's -58 degrees Fahrenheit. No liquid water at the surface, anywhere, but deep underwater, where volcanic vents existed, there was still heat, and bacteria survived there. Extremophiles, feeding on chemicals from the vents. Some areas had cracks in the ice, where tiny bits of sunlight could still reach through, and microscopic algae clung to life there, barely. Near volcanoes, where geothermal heat melted ice from below, tiny pools of liquid water existed, and life hid there, waiting for 10 million years. 10 million years, frozen. But something was still happening. Beneath the ice, Earth's interior was still hot. Volcanoes kept erupting, pumping carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Normally, rain would wash this CO2 out of the air. But there was no rain. Everything was frozen. No water cycle, no weathering. CO2 just kept building up for 10 million years, until CO2 levels were 300 times higher than today. And finally, the greenhouse effect was strong enough to overcome the ice. Ice at the equator started melting. And remember that feedback loop? It works in reverse too. Less ice means more dark ocean. More dark ocean means more heat absorbed. More heat means more melting. The planet started thawing just as fast as it froze. Probably took only a few thousand years for all the ice to disappear. Imagine the floods, kilometer-thick ice sheets melting all at once, sea levels rising, ocean chemistry going haywire. That's when those cap carbonates formed, limestone layers, meters thick, deposited in just thousands of years. And Earth didn't just return to normal, it swung the other way. With CO2 levels 300 times higher, Earth became a super greenhouse. Extreme heat, tropical everywhere. And life exploded. The survivors spread, evolved, diversified. Some scientists think Snowball Earth is why complex life evolved. The extreme stress forced evolution to innovate. Simple organisms became complex. Within 50 million years, the first animals appeared, and 150 million years after that, the Cambrian explosion. Every animal alive today descended from organisms that survived Snowball Earth. We exist because life refused to die. Under a kilometer of ice, for 10 million years, Earth came within degrees of freezing permanently. If volcanoes had been less active, if CO2 hadn't built up, the ice might never have melted. Earth would look like some moons in our solar system, frozen, dead, forever. But instead, we got this, because a few bacteria refused to quit, hiding in cracks, clustered around vents, waiting for the sun to return, and it did. 700 million years later, we're here, because Earth refused to stay frozen.